It's my feel-good breakfast show.
When it comes to gut-related issues, they are always a little uncomfortable to discuss, but they are also more common than you might think. Now, many of us struggle with bloating, indigestion, and all types of stomach discomfort, and we usually resort to writing it out instead of looking for a quick solution, since quick solutions are hard to find. Now, on the couch this morning, we have Mignon Jordaan from Mindful Eating Dietitian Consultancy and Piwo Mbunu, Marketing Manager at Ascendus Pharma, to discuss some of these gut-related issues and possible solutions. I am here for the solutions. Ladies, it's great to have you here this morning.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
And then I'll start with you. What are some of the common causes that is related to our discomfort of our gut and gut-related issues?
Yeah, it's a very broad topic to discuss. It's very individualized. Everyone's causes can be different, depending on the underlying health history, also genetics. It plays a big role as well. But usually it comes down to lifestyle. So lifestyle plays a big role in how healthy your gut is. So if you consume high amounts of unhealthy fats like saturated fats, trans fats, processed foods, also sugary foods, those things can definitely affect your gut health. But then also undertraining, overtraining, physical activity plays a big role as well. And then also if you do have like an underlying diagnosis like IBS, I think a lot of people have heard about that. Also celiac disease, Crohn's disease, those things also affect your gut health, obviously, because it's a gut-related condition.
Other than bloating, what are some of the symptoms people can look out for to indicate that, hey, maybe you need to have a look at your gut health?
Okay, so symptoms could be anything like general abdominal pain. Like usually if you have a tummy pain, it's usually at the upper part of your abdomen. When it's a lower down pain, it's usually your intestines. So it can be anything from there. And then also heartburn. Heartburn is usually also a general thing a lot of people complain with, and they are not sure what it is, because it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a burning sensation. It can also just be general pain. And then also things like nausea, vomiting even, if it gets at that severe point, diarrhea, constipation, all those discomfort feelings. That's usually the major symptoms you can present with here.
Piwo, and maybe you can come in here. We've identified now that we are struggling with gut-related issues. You brought in UNIENZYME, which is really saying that it's here to relieve discomfort. Tell us more about the product.
Well, essentially, UNIENZYME was formulated with all of those symptoms that Mignon mentioned in mind. Specifically, if you look at our culture in South Africa, we're very much a culture that's orientated around food, indulgence, and again, lifestyle is a big contributor to a lot of the symptoms that Mignon mentioned as well. So UNIENZYME, in essence, is essentially a digestive enzyme that was created to help support your digestive daily gut health. And the benefit of it is that it comes as a 1-a-day tablet that you can take to essentially help you in terms of managing those symptoms, as mentioned, like your indigestion, your bloating, belching, flatulence, and also your general stomach discomfort or that feeling of fullness, especially after having overindulged.
What are some of the changes we can make? Because I've noticed if I pay attention to the foods I eat, when I eat drink a specific instant coffee with an apple, that causes me to bloat. But I know a lot of people don't always keep track of what they're eating.
Yeah, it's very hard because you must always individualize the advice you give to a person. So usually my approach will always be to try and get a person to keep like a diary. I think not a lot of people have time to do that, but it's nice to know and understand your gut. So if you keep a diary of what foods usually makes you feel uncomfortable, that will help yourself and the professional that's helping you a lot. But also, like, sometimes there's a build-up. Like, it could be one food item that bloats you one time, and then the next time you eat it, it doesn't cause any discomfort. But it's usually like maybe a combination of different food items or the amount that you're having. So it could be the volume and then the build-up.
Okay. That is so important to mention, because for the longest time I used to think that I was allergic to like rice and pasta, just based off thinking that I was bloated, but I wasn't taking care of my gut health. But this is where UNIENZYME aids in this. What is the core belief of this product?
So essentially, UNIENZYME is a product that contains 5 unique ingredients inside it, and all of them natural in terms of helping you in terms of managing those symptoms. Essentially, it contains 2 digestive enzymes. The first one being your papain, which is essentially a proteolytic enzyme that helps with the breaking down of proteins into smaller fragments so that it's better digested inside the body. And then the second one is your alpha amylase, which is another digestive enzyme. And what that does, it actually helps with the digestion of your carbs or starches, as you've mentioned now as well. And then further and above that, we also have simetocone, and that essentially is an anti-flatulent that helps with that gastrointestinal gas that often leads to you feeling like bloated and gassy as well. And then, because it continues, we also have your nicotinamide inside. And essentially what nicotinamide does is that it actually helps your body metabolize your carbohydrates, your proteins, and also your fats. And then I think a lot of people are quite familiar with your activated charcoal, which UNIENZYME also has. And essentially what charcoal does is that it helps traps the toxins inside your gut and then for preventing them from being absorbed in the body. So all of those work synergistically to ultimately manage some of those symptoms that we've been talking about during the segment, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Piwo, thank you for joining us. Mignon, it's great having both of you here. And of course, we want to take our gut health seriously. And gut issues do not have to be a life sentence. And some simple dietary changes can actually end up making a huge impact on your gut health as well as your overall health. Now, if you would like more information, simply visit unienzyme.co.za or your nearest pharmacy to find out more.